So when it comes to vegetarian and gluten-free, everybody like panics. It's not that hard. I was executive chef for many years, so this is why I speak with confidence that we can do anything we want.
Awesome.
And I've been the chef around the world.
I'm sorry about it. No, I have to make a really nice one.
Yeah. So can we make something and bring it to you? Don't worry about it. We're not even going to charge you. We already have this, and you can take it to go. You want to sit down and eat at the restaurant?
Yeah, that's all
right. Is
right.
there anything particular you don't eat? Okay, yes, free range as long as it's vegan.
Free range as long as it's vegan. I'm even okay with like a little cheese if it has to.
Yeah.
You know, so
I got you. Yeah, I got you. You're gonna like it.
You're gonna
That's cool.
I'll take care of that. I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah. My name is Alberto. So anything you can just say, hey, from anywhere you dial 0, it'll connect you right to me. You say, hey, I want to talk to Alberto. And if not, now you met Chef Omar, and then I'm going to go talk to the rest of the team.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks so much for coming back to Remy Be Real. I'm Remy. Hope you're doing fantastic whenever and wherever you're tuning in from. I'm happy to report that we have a happy outcome for our meal situation. And after talking to the chef and the restaurant manager, the hotel manager, you know, context matters. Considering this is a resort, this is a big travel destination, you've got people coming in from all over the world with dietary restrictions far more strict than just being vegetarian. And of course they can cater to all those needs here because they have to. So it's likely that either one, there was a communication barrier where she didn't understand what I was asking, or probably more likely, you went, you took a lap around inside, you came back out and just told me no. Now, here's the problem with that. And, you know, I was talking to some friends where the phrase, "Can I talk to your manager?" it just oozes of Karen, right? Like, you can't say that these days without sounding like a troublemaker. But this is definitely a scenario where that's exactly what needed to happen, because you're not understanding what I'm asking for, and I can't just go hungry for the next 4 days. Anyway, it all got resolved, which means I could continue with regular activity. Now, I've been cycling around here, and it was okay, but after talking to a couple of locals, I was told that, you know, to really get the full experience, I've got to get out to Winter Garden. So I did ride out there one day, and by the time I rode up there and then had to ride back, you know, I didn't plan accordingly. So I figured this time around, I'm gonna map a route, I'm gonna take an Uber out to Winter Garden, and I'm gonna take this route around Lake Apopka. Pretty early on into the ride, I got rerouted because there was actually construction going on through a park I was supposed to ride through. Was kind of looking forward to it. The route I planned had some construction on it. There was this park I was supposed to ride through that's being rebuilt right now. Hopefully I can get through this little farm road and be able to connect to where I need to go. Let's see. Ended up having to go on some roads that I don't think I was supposed to be on, if I'm honest. And I tried to cut through a farm, but that road was closed. Or in Massachusetts, you know, I see a barricade, no trespassing, whatever. I'm in Florida right now. They've got guns, and they just shoot people for less than trespassing. So we're gonna turn it around. I think that's a smart move. So I got back on the highway. It was like a 45, maybe 55 mile per hour zone. But after checking with some folks around here, it turns out, yeah, those are roads that Florida thinks it's okay to be riding your bike on. So I wasn't like breaking the law or anything, but they were just some high speed roads that, you know, you really gotta be confident and assertive on your bike if you're going to be riding out there, or even better, be in a group of 4 to 5 cyclists to really make your presence felt. I didn't have that, and not for nothing, even if you are in a group, accidents have still happened. I finally do make it over and connect back onto my planned route, and I'm getting on the Apopka Lake Loop. Now, I had no idea that this was going to be gravel. I saw it pulling in and I thought, all right, well, maybe it's just this little stretch and it'll be fine. And no, bro, I was in for like 20 miles of gravel. Thankfully, I've been gravel curious for a while, and I've been riding plenty of mountain bikes, so I was fine on the terrain. I didn't necessarily want to take my buddy's bike out onto a gravel pass, but, you know, it's not a delicate flower. Everything worked out just fine. What I also wasn't expecting is that this is Gator Country, and Lake Apopka apparently is where gators live, man. You know, going through initially, I'm checking out the scenery and I'm seeing an ibis and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm seeing white cranes. Wow, that's cool. And at first I'm thinking, this water's getting a little murky. I bet there are snakes in there. But after a little bit, the thought of snakes quickly went away as I'm thinking, you know what's bigger than a snake? I can probably run over a snake. I can't run over a gator. This totally looks like the kind of place that Dexter Morgan would pull up to and drop any of his bags and let the gators do what they do. So that's in my head. But I'm trying to stay distracted and enjoy the scenery because it was gorgeous. But after a couple of miles, you know, I start to get a little hungry and I pull up thinking I'm gonna have one of my bars, take a pull from my bottle, maybe stretch out the hip, and there is a caution, don't feed the gators sign. Nope. Definitely not stopping here. No way. Now, I don't know if they're talking about giving food to the gators or being food for the gators, but I'm not sticking around to find out. If the sign is there, that's probably a heads up that this is a hot spot. So I'm hightailing and getting out of there, but I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, and I don't know what you know about riding on gravel versus road, but I'm putting out, you know, way more power to go way slower. So at maybe 200 watts, I'm maybe going 15 miles per hour. You know, I'm at like 250 watts and I'm not really going anywhere, but I'm panicked, right? Just trying to get out of Dodge. It was just another 5 miles until I cleared all the gravel, got back onto some asphalt and continued on my route, which then took me to Sugarloaf Mountain Road. And apparently that is where the cyclists go around here. I think I found the one hill that's in this region. Highest point in Florida, but it's pretty nice up here. Sugarloaf Mountain Road, nice. Apparently this is where all the cycling is. Morning. I found my people. Should have been out here the whole time. Morning. And it was a pleasant climb. Reached to the top and a nice little house that was super cyclist friendly. They had a big old jug of water out there. I filled up, got back on the road, and enjoyed whizzing straight through. I did link back up to another trail and started to make my way back. Just to make sure though, I was still on the right way because I was surprised with some detours already and had to make some adjustments to the route. You know, cyclist pulls up behind me, so I slow up and get the talking. And one thing leads to another. I've got ex-pro triathlete Robin Sandos riding along with me, and we're just hanging out having a time. Now she's giving me all sorts of nuggets of wisdom and showing me around. She's a recent transplant from Massachusetts, so isn't super familiar with the area, but definitely took me back to Winter Garden, pointed me in the right direction. Wonderful conversation. Robin, that was awesome. Thank you. And from there, I was able to make my way back to where I started and figure out some navigation back to my favorite spot here so far, Bike Life Cafe.
It's a pleasure to have you here, Remy.
Oh, my pleasure, actually. I haven't been able to eat much since I was here, so thank you so much for the caprese. The croissant is amazing.
You're welcome.
I'll tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes.
This is great.
And what state are you from again?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Well, you have a good trip back. It was a pleasure having you.
Awesome.
Anytime you guys come to Orlando, come and visit us. It'll be a pleasure.
Absolutely.
It's a pleasure having you.
Let's do it, y'all. Let's do it.
It was a hell of a ride. It was a real good time. I'm glad I made it out there. Came back super hungry later in that day, but also confident and appreciative that the staff here was now up to speed. Got me a fantastic meal. Chef Omar absolutely hooked it up when I got back for dinner, and could not have asked for a better day between the route, meeting Robin, getting back to the cafe, and the fantastic quinoa edamame bowl that I got hooked up with. Eventually, I am gonna have to pack up and start heading back. Mark had a group ride to attend and his other bike was now in the shop, so I did have to, swap the pedals back, get the saddle back adjusted for him, and say goodbye to that BMC, but whoa, what a amazing send-off we had. I took a 50-mile ride that morning, and Mark was able to take it out for a 50-mile ride that evening, and that was a day. I'm gonna head out this evening and try to have a little bit of fun that doesn't involve riding a bike, running around, or being in conference sessions the whole time. We'll try to do some regular people fun stuff this evening. So we're gonna go do that. If you've made it this far, thanks so much for hanging out. Don't forget to give it a like and let me know in the comments what's going on with you today, where your training is taking you, some wonderful destinations that you've been able to explore, whether you're running, you're riding, you're swimming, you're lifting. The awesome thing about these activities is it's, for the most part, pretty easy to pick up and go, as long as you temper your expectations and you plan accordingly. So I'd love to hear, what destinations have you explored to? How was the running there? How was the cycling? Maybe we can get out and check it out together. Till next time, it's been real.